Over the past few weeks we have been voting for what our favourite Mass Effect 3 multiplayer character was. Now that the votes have been counted, I can reveal the top 10 multiplayer characters as voted by us as a community as we count down to Mass Effect Andromeda's release. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the character who was voted at the number 1 slot, meaning they got the most votes out of any of the other classes in the game, the N7 Paladin Sentinel. Introduced alongside the other N7 characters with the Earth DLC, the N7 Paladin, along with all the other N7 characters, was very unique. Despite being a human, he had above average shields and standard health, but on top of that he was a tough character, thanks to the fact that he utilised an Omni Shield. However, despite all the uses with the Omni Shield and its abilities, if you look past that and look at the abilities for this character, you will find an exceedingly powerful engineer class. Sentinels normally utilise both biotics and tech abilities, however the N7 Paladin is solely tech based. His first ability is Energy Drain. When using this ability, which is an instant cast ability, it will inflict damage to opponents as well as stealing their shields or barriers, transferring them back to the N7 Paladin. The damage is okay, but the fact that it can restore shields to the N7 Paladin makes it a great survivability tool for the class. It deals ×3 damage to all shielded or barriered opponents. The damage is then reduced on all other targets, with only half the damage on armoured organic targets. This ability also works well on synthetic enemies, so it works really well against Geth or Cerberus Atlases. Energy Drain can be used to set up tech combos, tech bursts in this case. However, Energy Drain will only prime the target for a combo when used against organic targets with shields or barriers or against synthetic enemies. This also applies for when you use Energy Drain to detonate tech combos. Now this was the electrical based ability the N7 Paladin have. Moving over to Incinerate, the fire based, this was a standard tech ability found on multiple characters in the game, hurling a ball of fire from your Omni tool at opponents, burning them, dealing heavy damage to armoured targets too. This would also make unprotected foes panic, and could be spec'd to apply a additional damage over time effect to the ability. However, where Incinerate came in special for the N7 Paladin was deep in the Incinerate tree, under the 6th evolution, Freeze combo, which increases the damage to frozen and chilled targets by an additional 100%. Incinerate could also be used to both prime tech combos, in this case fire explosions, or even activate other tech combos. This is because it worked well in tandem with the N7 Paladin's third and final ability, Snap Freeze. From his wrists he'll fire a flash freeze wave of ice at opponents. This deals damage, reduces their movement speed, freezes unprotected targets, and it can weaken armor by 25%. On top of that, if you move down the Snap Freeze tree, you will find unique evolutions like Cryo Explosion, which increases the damage to chilled and frozen targets by 10%. But for the N7 Paladin, I always advised Tech Combo in the 6th evolution of the tree. This increased the damage of tech combos by 100%. So this, combined with Incinerate's Freeze combo, made for a very combo heavy character. With all 3 abilities, you could potentially set up chains of tech combos. So you could activate a Tech Burst, then Fire Explosion, then Cryo Explosion. Not necessarily in that order, as I would normally always use Snap Freeze as my first ability, but you can get the idea of chaining these massive combo strings together. You don't even have to rely on your teammates being able to set up or activate your combos, as the N7 Paladin can do this all by himself. On the harder difficulties in the game, combos were the best way to get the most out of your abilities, especially if you didn't have good weaponry. As for the passives that came with the N7 Paladin, these are pretty similar to other classes. Firstly, you can max out your power damage or weapon damage. In this case I would advise power damage, but instead of the fitness tree, it had a shield mastery tree. The interesting thing about the shield mastery tree was that if you weren't that interested or keen on using the Omni Shield for the N7 Paladin, you could go up to rank 4 and still get the maximum amount of shields and health for the character, freeing up points, allowing you to put them in other trees. If you were however keen on using the shield, you could spec all the way down to the 6th evolution and even make it a fire shield or cryo shield. This would add fire or freeze damage to the shield. So if you didn't take Incinerate or Snap Freeze, you could potentially take their effects in your shield. As for your melee moves with the N7 Paladin, your regular tap on the melee button would result in the N7 Paladin uppercutting the enemy with their Omni Shield. However, if you held the melee button down, the N7 Paladin will drop down on one knee, slam his shield into the ground, and remain in that position, during which his shield will block most incoming damage. The shield will eventually be destroyed, so keep in mind, but it gives you an opportunity to protect your other teammates whilst they're taking an objective or even protecting a downed ally. You can cancel this shield stance either by pressing the melee button again, after which the N7 Paladin will follow up with another uppercut with the shield, or by using one of your tech abilities. As for the N7 Paladin's roll and dodge mechanics, these are pretty much the same as any other human in the game. He will simply roll left to right, front to back, pretty standard stuff in that sense. As for weaponry, if you're using the N7 Paladin more like an engineer, which I think is more optimal, then it's best to go with a very light loadout, trying to get that 200% recharge timer, so you can quickly chain the three abilities together, creating a lot of combos. Overall, the N7 Paladin, it could be played in two ways. Firstly is like the tech-based combo expert, or you could play him like a heavy shield user. Whilst I don't think the shield build is as good as the tech combo build, it's still an option for some players out there. But that being said, being able to chain all three types of tech combos together makes this character very unique. He doesn't even have to really take elemental ammo to help him create the combos. Whilst the Omni Shield is very flashy and unique to this character, it can overshadow the pure damage potential that this guy has in his three tech abilities. He can tear through the higher difficulties with ease, and I can clearly see why he's made this list. So there we have it, that was the number 1 character for the top 10 Mass Effect 3 multiplayer characters as voted by us. Now remember that we have all been voting for these, so the number 1 might not necessarily be your number 1, but the N7 Paladin did receive the highest number of votes. A few honourable mentions to the characters who just missed out, even some to go as far as 1 vote they missed out by. These characters include the Geth Infiltrator, the Geth Trooper, the Alliance Infiltration Unit, the Awakened Collector, the Talon Mercenary, the Asari Valkyrie, and the Fortress Sentinel. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's top 10 list will no doubtably be different. And with that in mind, I would actually like to hear what your personal top 10 would be. So leave a comment down below saying what your top 10 of your favourite characters would be. As always, these are our favourites, not necessarily the best at taking on the harder difficulties in the game, although a lot of the characters in this list were capable of doing that. I was also surprised to see that the N7 characters seemed to be the most popular out of all the classes in the game. There were only a few non-N7 characters in the list, I'm sad to say. So BioWare must have done something right when it came to designing the N7 characters. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little series, hope you enjoyed this video too. It's sad in some respects to come to an end, but this has also been an experiment for me, trying to release 10 videos over the course of 10 days as we count down to Andromeda's release. Has been quite a little bit of a challenge for me, but thanks to your help and support, I've managed to get through it. So until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you the top 10 Mass Effect 3 multiplayer characters. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.